Hello there. Today's a big day astrologically, and it's the full moon eclipse in Scorpio. It's the Blossom Moon as well, which is a good time for a bit of a audit and clear out of your internal world. This eclipse is the penultimate one in a series that's been going on for the past 18 months, and it's been a very powerful, transformative time. So today and probably over the next few days is a good time to just stop and take stock of how far you've come, what's changed for you. Are your goals the same? Are you the same person? It's really been quite a powerful, transformative time for all of us globally. So before we embark on the next phase, let's stop and take stock and just get rid of anything we don't need anymore and accept whatever it is that is there waiting for us for the next stage of our life. The other great coincidence was this weekend here in the UK, where a king's being crowned this weekend, and he is also a Scorpio. So that's another powerful Scorpio transformation going on. And of course, Scorpio is the alchemist of the zodiac, and there is a lot of medieval alchemical symbolism and actual acts of magic that go on during the coronation. So it's all very interesting coincidence, and it inspired me to just do a longer tarot reading for us today. This is a tarot reading for absolutely everybody. Whatever resonates for you, take it. It probably won't resonate for everybody, but anyway, I thought I'd just do it anyway. I wanted to do one for myself. Okay, so the cards that I'm using are beautiful. I'm obsessed with cat black, gorgeous golden tarot, collaged together out of hundreds and hundreds of medieval paintings. Absolutely beautiful, and gold leaf on the edges just makes every card pull a special occasion. And the reading I'm going to do is from actually another deck which I had since I was about 14. That's the Rajneesh Neo Tarot. You can't buy them in this format anymore, they're a bit different now. And it's a spread that's sort of like delving into an issue. But what I like about it is these card positions. Be more open to this and put this out more. I've always found those really nice. And we pull these cards for this spread in a little bit of a different way than usual. Instead of just making a fan, or as I quite often do now, I split the deck and pull whatever comes out. Some people shuffle and deal off the top. So with this one, we shuffle and split the deck randomly, and then we need to sense, in the original book it says the female and the male, but I prefer to say the yin and the yang energy, the more passive and the more directed, the more receptive and the more outgoing energy. So you do that by just intuitively. You might know straight away, you might just look and know. Sometimes you want to just feel it, don't worry about it or overthink it. Okay, so I'm getting that is the yin energy, and this is the yang energy. So take our top card from our yang pile and put it at the head of the reading. I'm going to do this upside down because of for you guys, so I need to turn them upside down. The bottom card from the pile is on the lower position. Then we take the card from the top and the bottom of the other stack and put them in those other two positions. And then finally you reshuffle them, and here again you can select this card in whichever way you prefer. I just had one just jump out, so I'm gonna accept that. Which I do often do that if I'm shuffling and one jumps out, I assume it's trying to tell me something. So let's have that one. We'll put the cards to one side in case we want to clarify anything. You might want to make a fan. In the booklet it suggests that you shuffle the cards and make a fan and you know, intuitively pull the card that's right. These days I believe that whatever card you get is right. It's the message that you need to hear right now, so I just go with them if they jump out at me, or you know, if I split the deck I assume that I've got the right card. So the positions. This is the issue. This is the outcome. This is be more open. This is put this out more. And this is the key, the insight. It's going to help you to make this progress in the best possible way, and what you need to be aware of, possibly in your subconscious, interfering with the work that you want to do here. So let's see, what's the issue? The Two of Coins, reversed. So the Two of Coins, it's about balancing energies. They're in motion, infinite motion. If you see, there's actually the infinity symbol is in the card. And in a lot of interpretations, this card means that your energy is quite divided and you're having to juggle to keep things in the air. I like to see this card as more one of mastery. It means that you're actually juggling your energy, time and resources quite well. And I feel like, in terms of stopping, taking stock of where we've been, be proud of yourself for the way that you've managed to handle these very turbulent and testing couple of years. Today is really a time to, you know, drop your false modesty, pat yourselves and each other on the back, and just be like, oh my God, we've got through this period of time. It's been devastating for the whole world. And be proud and enjoy. You have to get into enjoying the feeling of being able to juggle these things, even though it's difficult. What we can take from it is that we gained mastery and power. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see what we need to be more open to. Lovely. Ace of Cups. Be more open to purity, intuition, feelings, love for each other, peace. It's the turbulence beginning to settle down, and as we know, it can take a long time to get out of a stress response. It can take a long time, sometimes a lifetime, to get out of fight or flight mode. But that's what this card is about. That's what it's saying to me. Blessings are coming. Peace is coming. What's being offered to you is that simple purity and peace, and accept it. Take it in when it's offered. It might even just be small drops, small cupfuls and thimblefuls, but take it wherever it's offered and begin to understand that you can start to calm down now. Drop your defenses, and instead of having to act from a fight or flight mode, you can start to tune back into your intuition, your inner voices, and trust that the skills and the testing that you've been through has rendered your heart a lot purer and given you the experience and the compassion to move forward on your intuition. So put this out more, the Emperor. That's our first major arcana card of this spread. The Emperor is all about sort of rigidity, stable and traditional ways of doing things. He's very powerful and he's got everything under control, but with it being in reverse, I would suggest that it's about time for breaking through those structures. Exercise your power in more unconventional ways. It's very interesting card to get when the king's getting crowned this weekend, and that's part of what's going on in this spread. There's a lot of mixed feelings in the country over the coronation, I think, because people are having very hard times. Other people are jubilant about it and feel like it's going to be a new, fresh beginning for the country. It's been going through hard times. Some people love the royal family, so whatever the royal family do, they're going to enjoy it. So it's a mixed bag of things for people, depending on where your starting position is. But what I would say is it's a time to manifest your power in a new way. Accept what you've learned, accept that you do know some things now, and that you do have the power to trust your intuition moving forwards. Make sure you're not doing things in just the same old way, following someone else's tradition, just doing what you're told, what feels safe, or what authority figures are handing down to you. This is not a time for that anymore. We all need to take our own personal power and use it in our own creative ways. So let's move on again to outcome. 5 of Wands. So that's an interesting card to come up in that position. Don't get involved in conflicts that are just for show or for ego. There will be conflicts ahead of you, and what you have to realise is that they are mostly on the surface. They're not deep and dark and soul investing arguments, crises and fights. There will be struggles ahead, that's for sure, and you can see that in this putting this out card. It's got a wand there. Here they're fighting with each other with sticks that are actually just sticks. They're not a powerful scepter. So I feel like, you know, if you work on this, you'll be able to deal with this very easily. But that's not really the card I would have hoped for to come up there. Let's move it a little bit back so you can see it more. Yeah, I would have hoped for more of a resolution card than that. But I think we all know that the battles in the world are not over and done. Like, we may have well moved on to a different period and a different energy, but in a way that's just given us the clarity to know what needs doing. And it's a very divided world at the moment. Divisions being whipped up everywhere you look. Try not to get involved in that or believe it. It's actually a bit illusory. So although you will probably have to fight your corner, you might have arguments with quite a lot of people over politics and the state of the world and the way it's going. We're not all going to agree about that, and this card shows that there's no quick and easy solution for this. But try to not take it personally, and if you're having arguments about politics or the environment or the coronation or anything else that's going on, don't take them to heart. Let's try and accept that, you know, we are always going to be a pretty divided species, especially so long as we're being manipulated on all sides by people with agendas of their own, which is why it's so important to remember these cards here. Okay, Let's go on to the last one, the key. Wands again. Well, that's interesting. This is about sharing your burdens. So the key to dealing with all of this and the inevitable, it seems like, conflicts that are still going to continue to happen, is sharing your burden. This guy's trying to struggle to carry 10 wands at once, and he's got so much potential there, the power. Wands are about, you know, action, creativity, sexuality, creation. You know, the ones in this deck are always sprouting green leaves. They're not just dead sticks. They're not just fighting staffs. They're full of potential energy. So it's an incredible time to take action. Don't do it alone. Community is what's going to be the most important thing. Don't try to do it alone. You'll do yourself an injury. You'll probably end up dropping them. You certainly won't be able to utilise them all very effectively. So reach out to your community. Get together with other people that either feel the same way as you do, or maybe even don't feel the same way as you do, and share. You know, share what you've got, share what you've built up, your power, your wisdom, your creativity, and you know, a shared burden is a lot easier to carry. If you win and score points off people, don't hoard them up like you're some big deal because you scored points off of somebody that you don't agree with. As I said, all those arguments are nothing. They're just a film on the surface of our essential shared humanity. And what this card is saying is, yes, we need to share. Personally, I love this one so much. I love that one so much. These ones I could probably do without them, but there's an enormous amount of power to be used and wielded. So remember what you've mastered. Remember what skills you've learnt. Trust your intuition. Let love be your motivation. Always be open to peace and love. Share your burdens. Don't get too invested in your arguments. Don't let other people tell you what to do just because they always have done in the past. Have an amazing weekend.